Good afternoon, Colorado. Welcome to episode 500 of What's for Lunch. Where was the applause? I'm your host, Larry Hurst. And today in studio, I have my good friend, Chef Lon from Cholon, both in Central Park and downtown. Welcome, buddy.
Welcome. Thanks for having me celebrate your big anniversary on the 500th show.
This is Couldn't think of anybody I'd rather celebrate with.
He tells everybody
who would be willing to come on. So before we get into you, I just want to do a shout out to all the people behind the scenes who've helped me do this show for 2.5 years. Evan, of course, has held that phone many times. All the people who produced, Kyle, who's done my TikTok, and then thank the 500 or so restaurants and food trucks that have had the faith in me to come and bring me lunch. I know it's a pain in the butt, and I appreciate it, and I bust my butt to try and make you guys look good. And my goal in life, as most of you have heard around here, is to put butts in seats of local restaurants. That's what I wake up trying to do every day. That's what I go to bed trying to do. And that's what this show, where we started April 15th, 2020. I just had an idea for a show to try and help restaurants get through the pandemic. And my friend Becca, who's over there, she came on episode 1 and with Sugar Sisters. And hopefully we've helped a few restaurants. And when we started the show, I'm going to keep doing it until nobody wants to come on anymore, and that's how we got to 500.
Yeah.
If people want to still come on, if you ever want to come on the show, it's completely free. If you know friends who have restaurants, food trucks who need help, have them DM me through OCN Eats Instagram, and I don't say no to anybody. That's my spiel.
So if Sugar Sisters was number 1, does that mean that we're the Salty Brothers? Number 500?
I don't know what that means. For those of people who don't know who you are or what you do, give them a little history of you.
I thought that was witty. Hi, guys. My name is Lon Symensma. I'm the executive chef and founder of Cholon Restaurant Concepts. We have Cholon downtown as our first concept. Right next door, we have LaRue as well as Yum Cha, which is a dumpling noodle concept. And then LaRue, our Mediterranean bistro, right in the middle. And then we're highlighting today our Central Park location.
Okay, and so LaRue and Yum Cha recently added now they're full-time.
Yep, we're back to 7 days, finally now at all the restaurants. And we're serving lunch all 7 days at Yum Cha. And we have a fantastic brunch that we're highlighting at LaRue on the weekends.
And for people who haven't been to Cholon, what's the concept?
Cholon's modern Asian. So, I was a chef in New York City for many years, mostly focusing on Southeast Asian at a restaurant named Spice Market that I worked at. And then I worked at a restaurant named Budokan after that, which was a little more Chinese focused. So, and as you see today, we have some sushi selection. So really just modern Asian in general. I like to travel. Pre-pandemic, I would take all my chefs and managers to Asia once a year. We would focus on a different part of Asia, get ideas, get inspired, and then come back and kind of focus on that area for the year until we travel the next time. So.
All right, so you brought me something to drink.
Yep.
Looks pretty tasty.
Really
I'm pretty thirsty.
Drink. Has Syrah, yuzu, as well as a little cognac in there.
All right. Where's your drink? I'm drinking alone?
We'll share.
All right.
We'll share.
Drinking alone in the morning. It's pretty typical in my life.
There you go. Good.
Cheers, buddy.
Well, thank you, sir.
Let's start talking about what you brought me for lunch.
Yep. So Cholon is very famous for its soup dumplings. Our original one are the French onion soup dumplings. Again, 12 years ago when Cholon opened, I thought it was going to be kind of an evolution. We were going to do lobster bisque soup dumplings, cream of mushroom soup dumplings, and I put this French onion soup on the menu day 1, and it just became our number 1 seller right off the bat. People seem to really love them. I wanted to go a little more traditional with the second variety of soup dumplings, since that's a little more, I guess kind of really highlighting the French colonization of Vietnam and kind of really tying, the history of that into that dumpling. Then a little more traditional, taking the idea of General Tso's, or with Cholon, General Cho's. And that's chicken inside, as well as the, the standard sauce of soy sauce, vinegar, a little bit of sugar. That makes that really nice, pungent General Tso sauce.
These might be better.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, but I've also had one of those every day for the last 12 years, so
Come on.
it's kind of hard to get the joy anymore.
This is one of your new kids.
Yeah, I think one thing that we're really realizing now is approachability. Lots of value, and just being a little more kind of whimsical on the classic sort of traditional dishes. So wanted to do a version of a fried chicken. In order to do that, I studied Japanese karage, I studied Korean fried chicken, and then you can't mess a good old KFC. And just kind of took a little bit of a hybrid of all of the favorite things that we found in different fried chickens and made our own version.
And this is available at both locations.
Both locations.
With the pickled veggies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, we make a ranch on the side. We put some little bit of
Togarashi?
togarashi in there, so it's kind of an Asian version of ranch. And again, it's about a 3-day process between brining, and then we make a wet batter, then we make a dry batter that we roll into like little balls with a little bit of the wet batter, so it gets the little pebbles on the outside and fries up really nice and crispy there. So
I've had it. It's ridiculous. Definitely one of the better fried chickens in the city. All right, let's talk about your balls.
well, one of my favorite presentations, just very simple. We bought a beautiful piece of plexiglass, drilled some holes in there. Wanted to do kind of an idea of what you may know as like a taro ball, which is very common in Chinese cuisine. Taro, not so popular here in American culture, but I was able to take probably the most highlighted vegetable of the season in cauliflower and take the same idea as the taro balls, but using cauliflower. And then inside, to keep it vegetarian, we almost made like a really creamy, cheesy, like almost like a cauliflower risotto that goes on the inside of there as well. So no sauce needed. You would think you would dip that in a sauce, but it's so wet and gooey inside that you really don't need
And these are available where?
At Yum Cha downtown, as well as Cholon Central Park.
Okay.
Yeah. Cheesy, crispy cauliflower lollipops.
And this is something that people do not know you do.
Right. So a few months back, I decided that I really wanted to start offering sushi at Cholon. We started in our Central Park location because we had a beautiful little display kitchen where we used to make all the dumplings back in the day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But the company's become so large that we had to get an off-site commissary kitchen. So instead of having an eyesore with this beautiful little show kitchen in front, decided that I would turn that into a sushi counter. So we're actually going to launch a very similar program at the beginning of the year downtown. But since I think July, we've been actually offering some sushi in Central Park. And in January, we're going to offer a very similar program at Cholon downtown, which is very exciting. I say people come in a lot and they see modern Asian and the first thing they say is, where's the sushi? And over the years, I've just said, hey, we don't do that. And now I'm just embracing change and embracing what the future is and just really getting inspired about Japanese cuisine and food because I haven't actually traveled there as much as I have a lot of the Chinese and Southeast Asian countries.
Okay, what is this one?
That one is the spice, that's the yuzu salmon. It's got some tobiko on top. We're pickling our own ginger in-house, beautiful wasabi on the side. And I brought also our seared hamachi today. Here we roast some jalapeno peppers and lay them across the top. Beautiful hamachi inside. And then we just sear that with a blowtorch so it gets that nice caramelization on the outside. This one, spicy tuna roll. We take some tempura and put it through a little perforated pan to get the little crispy tempura balls, pickled jalapeno on top, and then just that nice fresh #1 sushi inside. Tuna grate.
And this is a new one too.
Yeah, again, just with dumplings, there's a lot of fun things that you can put inside of a dumpling. There's different shapes, different sizes. This is our very traditional bao bun dough. We at Cholon make the little Pac-Mans with the pork belly and the pickles inside. So I kind of wanted to take the idea of what a cheeseburger bao bun would be. So inside, I did some research on the old traditional patty melt, where you actually caramelize the meat and chop it up real good. And then at the very end, we just add a lot of cheese, and the cheese almost acts as the binder as we mix the charred meat inside of that. Lots of onions, some garlic inside. And then instead of making the little Pac-Man bao buns, we have the dim sum chefs actually do a very similar technique to what they do for the soup dumplings, to where they encase all of the cheeseburger dough inside. And then for fun, you guys know, like a pot sticker, right? You griddle the outside so you get that caramelization. Well, just like with the cheeseburger bun, I wanted to get that nice toasted bun effect. So just like a pot sticker, after they're steamed, a little bit of oil, get that nice little sear on the bottom, sriracha mayo and some fun little pickles on there to kind of follow through with that whole sort of cheeseburger bao bun theme.
Do you do happy hour?
We do happy hour at all the restaurants, yeah. At Cholon downtown, we're actually, because of the holidays and the demand that we're seeing, on Fridays and Saturdays, we're actually going to stay open until 11 o'clock in the evening now. And we're going to do a late night or a reverse happy hour starting at 10 and going until 11 o'clock on the weekends.
So it'd be the same happy hour that they can get from like 2 to 5.
Same happy hour, but just reversing it or doing a late night where the same happy hour is also at the end of the night instead of just at the beginning of the day. So, now that people are starting to come back out and the buzz downtown and we just felt like it was a really great opportunity to, extend our hours of operation, especially at Cholon downtown, where we see the volume of people that are trying to get in there, and we're turning people away at 10 o'clock on the weekends now. So,
Plans for the future for Cholon Restaurant Concept?
Cholon Restaurant Concepts, 3 restaurants in the next year, which seems ridiculous.
It does.
We're opening 2 restaurants in the Lake House, the beautiful building that just went up a year and a half or so ago on the south side of Salone's Lake. We're going to be opening our 3rd Cholon location there, as well as a small little Italian concept. I don't know if you know, but I just got back from southern Italy. My fiance and I did an awesome little trip and flew into Rome, rented a car, and
Say
did
hi
the
to your
whole
fiance.
bottom of the boot. Hi, Katie. Love you. She's on TV right now as well, so that's exciting. Bottom of the boot, then we flew to Sicily for 3 days, and I never knew Mount Etna was as cool as Mount Etna is. The wines and the volcanic soil and the food and the pistachios and the people, and Sicily's like one of my new favorite places. So Italian concept on the way, and then we're very blessed to have been chosen as one of the new restaurants that gets to open up in Terminal C at the airport. So we'll actually, from what I understand, have the largest restaurant in the entire airport. That's supposed to be opening up next fall with our 4th Cholon location.
With the patio, right?
With one of the only outdoor patios.
Outdoor patio at the airport.
Yeah, we're the last restaurant before you get to what's like probably about 100-person outdoor patio.
Yeah.
So our liquor license will actually extend into the patio. We'll have a little kiosk in the middle of the airport which is another reason why I'm so excited about sushi, be able to kind of focus and advertise some of our fun grab and go sort of sushi items. So
I think we covered everything.
lots of exciting stuff.
You're
Yeah.
a busy man.
Yeah. We got some more time though, no? Let's talk about something else.
No, time's up.
That's it?
Want to thank Happy Bake Shop for this cake. They'll be back on Local Biz Buzz in February for their 3rd straight year. Thank everybody in the studio audience who came today to support me. Thank you.
Have a lollipop.
You should take one too. Let's cheers.
Okay. Cheers to lollipops.
We'll be back for What's for Lunch next week. We don't have any more shows the rest of this week.
Take a break, Larry. You're
I
at
think
500. So you get
500.
a couple days off.
You know what? I think we should just call it a show and not do any more. 500 and just.
You heard
I
it
don't
here
wanna do
first,
anymore.
guys. This is Larry's
No, keep doing
season
it.
finale.
All right, I guess I'll keep doing it. So everybody, Merry Christmas. We'll be back for What's for Lunch next week. Let's eat.
Let's eat.
Let's eat. Uh-oh. There's some stuff over there.
Cut.